In this video, we're going to talk about finding credible critical sources. So one of the first things you want to remember when you're looking for critical resources is that you should let the library do the work for you. As a scholarly institution, we subscribe to a whole bunch of databases that are available online using your LORD's credentials. And that's the very best way to find credible scholarly sources. And in the field of literary studies, we're really lucky to have a comprehensive database, the MLA International Bibliography, that collects a comprehensive list of sources of literary criticism. Many of these sources are available online. Sometimes they're not even available directly through MLA, but we also have access to the OhioLink Electronic Journal Center, so sometimes you can find the sources there as well. And there are lots of search refining features in the MLA database, and actually it's an EBSCO database, so you may recognize this interface, and the things that I'm going to show you would be true of most EBSCO databases, so you can transfer those searching skills to any other subject matter in other databases. And then there's also a citation generator, which is super handy when it comes to creating your works cited. Okay, so let's go take a look at the MLA International Bibliography. I'm going to show you how to find it from our library site, and we're going to do a little searching. So here we are on the library website. You simply scroll down to the databases button. We know which one we want, so we want to go ahead and go to M, and then we're looking for the MLA International Bibliography. Now, if you're off campus, you will authenticate, and again, this is just that simple process of signing in with your very same LORD's credentials that you usually use to get into your email or anything else. So here we are in the database. You can see there's lots of different options here for refining your searches. The best way to start when you're doing a literary search most of the time is to use the title of a text. Now, obviously, if you have a text that has a title that is the same as sort of a regular word, that could be, you might want title plus author in a case like that. We're going to be looking at Raisin in the Sun. And notice here, it gives you a couple things, right? American Dream, that would probably be referencing the poem. By Lorraine Hansberry, obviously that would be referencing the play, and that's the one we're definitely more interested in. So notice we get 98 hits. That's actually not too bad. That would definitely be, you could go through that whole list and evaluate that whole list. But there are a few things you can do to reduce your search hits. So one of them is to look for peer-reviewed sources only. You can also exclude dissertations. Those are hard to get, and they're not really publications per se, so you can exclude those. You could also do something like set the language to English. And in this case, that's not going to exclude very many. That's only going to exclude a couple. But depending on what you're looking for, that actually can be a very helpful way to limit your search. And then notice here we have an even further list of subjects that we could use. And as mentioned in the assignment, you're actually looking for things that are specific to film adaptation. So we could even specifically use that as a filter. And so that's going to get us to just a few sources there. And there's a couple of them that are readily available online. That definitely makes it easier. Let me just show you what a record looks like here. And this is where you can find the citation tool. And notice you just need to scroll down until you find the MLA option, and then you can just go ahead and grab that, copy, and paste it into your works cited if you were using this particular source. If we go back to the original search again for a second, let me just show you when, again, we've excluded some, so it's down to 48. But another thing you can do as you're looking in a specific record, if you find a specific record that you think is, particularly helpful, you can also use subject entries here. The subject terms are reserved vocabulary, so there are specific words and terms that are used in the subject terms. And if you click on one of those, that can actually get you another set of hits that are related to that specific subject matter. So that's another way, using, as we talked about before, the breadcrumb method, sort of following the links to get to other things that might be of interest. So hopefully that gives you a good sense of some of the resources you can use. Very easy to access through our library website. and gives you a sense of the MLA International Bibliography, which is definitely the database that I would recommend for doing research into literary criticism.